Hey, good morning, students. I'm about to try it again, try to help out. This is a short chapter, so you guys should be able to handle this pretty much. So this chapter, well, this is a short key issue, I should say. So chapter 12 is all about industries. Section 1 is about service industries, and this is the introductory chapter. So let's go through this. Um, uh, Skip the bell ringer. I was gonna do that in the class. Well, let's talk about first what those different things are. Primary sector, service, secondary sector, and tertiary jobs. All right, primary sector is anything from the earth. Um, so anything that comes off the ground, God made. Anything that we don't create ourselves. So like that's gold, iron, manganese, cobalt, or even farming. So you talk about corn and vegetables. Yeah, we planted, but that stuff naturally came about. We didn't invent corn unless it's modified. Um, so that's primary. Secondary is stuff that we put together. So think of Minecraft where you had those elements that came that we crafted or that we mined from. So once we mine those elements from the ground and we put it together, that's crafting. So that's secondary. We actually putting things together. That's when they were talking about Brazil and China, Indonesia. But when we talk about NDCs, its focus is on tertiary. Tertiary is services. These are when we provide a service uh, for an individual consumer or an individual person. One of the questions on the quiz is going to ask what's the definition of a service? A service is any activity that fulfills a human want or need. So anytime, like right now, I'm doing a service for you guys. You want to have someone talk about the notes, and I'm providing that service. I'm trying to teach you that. 2/3 of our GDP is dedicated towards services. So since we are in the NDC, 2/3 of our income comes from tertiary services. All right, almost all of us. I'm assuming everyone in this class, parents, if they do work, they provide a service. Because most of our economy does. Most factories and things that actually put together things in the secondary market, they're relocated. Chicago, we got the auto plants, but if your parents not in an auto plant working in some kind of factory, most likely they are providing some type of service. Um, why mostly in developed regions? Because we got people that can pay for it. Basically, we have more people that can buy a service. So we look at these services on this list. Uh, if you are in a developing country and you can barely make ends meet, you don't have enough income to pay to go to the store to buy goods to go to a Walmart or a Target or a Macy's. I'm looking out the window now. Uh, Settlement. Most of us do not live in most of us do not live in isolated areas, so we live in settlements. Settlement is basically people started to build houses next to each other so that we can trade with each other. Then they put in the church. Then they put in the courthouse. Then they put in all these things, and it creates a city. But that's the settlement. Most people don't live in isolation. It's not safe. You're dependent on one person. So unless you're off the grid, like a hippie, you usually live in some type of settlement. Uh, the reason why is because of proximity. If you are selling an item, if you are providing a service, you need to be close to the customer. Um, Luckily, I have the internet now, so I can get close to you guys, even though I'm way downtown. But for the most part, we need to be close to the consumer. We got to be able to provide that service. If I'm a taxi cab driver and I live in the jungles of Brazil, um, I won't make a good taxi cab driver. I need to be in a city where people need to take the cab. Uh, Three types of services. Let's get to that. The three types of services is consumer services, retail services, and oh wow, messing up. Consumer services, business services, and public service. Once again, that's consumer service, business service, and public service. So make sure you don't get confused. 'Cause this is kind of I put all this stuff under consumer services, but I made it look like it's separated. But consumer services, business services, and public service. Now for the test, it's going to be a little chart. You're going to have the three services, the percentage of our economy that makes up those services, and then you need to put examples of that service. So let's talk about consumer service first. Consumer service that includes the retail industry. Retail is like going to a store, okay? Ross, the boutique, H&M, blah blah blah. Health services, that's the doctor, nurse, dentist, all those things. Educational services, that's voila, that's me. Uh, College, all that. Now teaching is kind of weird because it's educational service, but it's also partly government. Um, but if I'm a private school, colleges, things of that nature, it's still considered consumer service. Um, and then leisure activities, those are things like having fun. So you go to a hotel, a cruise ship industry, uh, for that matter, a Bulls game, the Bears game, Odyssey World, Dave and Buster's. Those are all consumer services. I mean, they're trying to sell directly to that consumer. On here, these ignore this part. Half of U.S. jobs is in the consumer services. It's about half now, right? On this PowerPoint, it said 44%, but it's about half now for this new quiz. Uh, just some more examples. All right, business service. A business service, for this part, a quarter or one fourth of our jobs is business services. So you can say 25% or one fourth of our services are business services. That's professional services. That includes, for example, professional services. Professional services is like think of a Kinko's, a FedEx. It could also be lawyers, anybody that help out businesses. So any service that you provide to a business, like I said, a lawyer, a printer, accountant, things of that nature. When you think of the transportation services, because they help business go along. So you think of truck drivers, bus drivers, things of that nature, people that help get their product out. I said bus driver, train conductors, truck drivers, shipmates, things of that nature. Uh, and then the last one is the financial services. Financial services. Think of fire. The book didn't talk about fire, at least in this key issue, but fire, it stands for financial, insurance, and real estate. Those are the key industries. That's the focus. That's the big money making things when you think about financing, banking, insurance, the big scam. Not just kidding. And then real estate. Of course, our economy is built up on the real estate, so that's why fire is so important. I'm sorry, they got me on intercom. Um, can y'all hear me? All right. All right. And the last one is public service. Public service. Public service is federal, state, local government, all those things of that nature. Police department, DCFS. So if your parents were Aunt Martha, if they're a firefighter, if they're a police officer, things of that nature. Okay, that's all public service. Yes, she's still going. Growth areas. Remember, our primary industry is going down. The secondary industry is going down because one, we don't farm much because we got the tractors. We produce a lot more secondary services they left to other countries, and then the regular consumer services, tertiary activity is going up. But when they talk about growth areas on here, specifically in the tertiary industries, you have consumer education. More and more people are going to college. More and more people are searching for certificates, going to technical school, things of that nature. You got healthcare. Um, more and more people are living longer and the need for healthcare. We got an aging population. Y'all remember we talking about that, the baby boomers, and then we got entertainment and recreation, entertainment and recreation. Um, since more and more people have money in America, we need things to entertain ourselves. So we go on vacation a lot more. So that's a fast growing industry. You see more and more arcades and things of that nature, or family fun events like the Schomburg. You know, you got the Lego World, you got the indoor water parks, you got different theme parks. Um, you got movies selling out. Every time a new Marvel movie come out, it breaks another box office record because more and more people are going to the movies. Then you got more and more people going to different sports games. We're getting extra football leagues and things of that nature. All right, sorry about the interruption with the intercom in the background. I'm at the courthouse, and I don't think they care about me trying to record something. All right, I guess that's it. Oh, a big thing now is home health care. So for like aging population, for those that are elderly, like my mother-in-law, you know, we have a nurse that got to come visit, so that's money. She had adult daycare. These are new industries that's blowing up. So if you're interested in that, that's the future. All right. Well, I tried to make this real quick because I know you guys don't have that much time. Talk to you later. Be prepared for the quiz.